Madam Chair, I'd like to get started.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go ahead and get going.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Ana Armenta. I am the Arizona Racing Commission Secretary. Today is December 15th, 2025. This is the 742nd Arizona Racing Commission meeting taking place via Google Meet. I will call the roll. Madam Chair French Contreras.
Present.
Vice Chair Olson is absent today. Commissioner Coolidge.
Present.
Commissioner Zucker.
Present.
Commissioner Padish.
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum. It is 12:32 and the floor is yours, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Anna. This is the last meeting of 2025. This is our 742nd meeting of the Arizona Racing Commission. It is Monday, December 15th. So let's just drop right down to item B. Or let me go back first. Do I have any recusals or special attention to the agenda item before we move forward, Anna?
No, not that I know of. Commissioner Olson is absent, so
Okay, so we're good otherwise. And again, we have, just to clarify for me, because I only heard part of it, we have Commissioner Coolidge, Commissioner Padish, and who else do we have?
everyone except for Olson.
Okay, great, wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Let's move down to item B. Action item is review and discussion and possible action on the legal update regarding Sims versus Sims. Do we have an update on that from council?
Sorry about that. I was on mute, Madam Chair. Good morning or good afternoon. Chris Herring from Gamage and Burnham. I'd recommend we move into executive session so I can provide a couple quick updates to the commission.
Thank
So
you,
moved.
sir. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All right. Sorry, folks. It's the way we're going to start our meeting, but everybody grab a cup of coffee and sit back and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Are we not going to call for it?
Probably not. She got off.
Well, you still have a quorum, so we could call and go.
Okay. I will call the roll. Commissioner Coolidge.
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker.
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
With a total of 4 yeses, we will move into executive session. Thank you.
Are you there?
The Lopez Trust owns.
Looks like everybody is back in. I will do the roll call. Madam French Contreras,
Present.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Present.
Commissioner Zucker,
Present.
Commissioner Parrish.
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum. It is 12:59.
Thank you, Anna. Where's my camera? There we are. Okay. All right, let's drop down to B2. That's another legal update regarding Arizona Downs LLC in the state of Arizona. Do we have a update on that? Who is providing the update on that one?
Madam Chair, Val Marciano, Attorney Pat Irvin, and Spencer Shockness should be
Okay.
online, Madam
Would-
Chair.
Is this going to be, I hate bouncing back and forth in executive session when we have so much public. Is this something that we can bump to the end of the agenda, or will it be quick, or do we need to get it done so that the attorneys can get on to other things?
Madam
What's our-
Chair, Val Marciano, no ma'am. This should be heard now.
Okay, all right. Do we need to go into executive session for that? Ms. Marciano?
Attorney Pat Irvin's on the online. Attorney Irvin, do you want to go in executive session?
I don't think we need to unless the members of the commission would like to. I'm not going to provide legal advice. I'm just going to give you an update. Everything is pretty public. We had an oral argument on Friday that people participated in and was public. So I can just give you the update. As you're aware, Arizona Downs filed a lawsuit against the commission and the Department of Gaming seeking damages and mandamus and injunctive relief looking forward. The issues got narrowed down to the damages, which are passed. They filed a motion for partial summary judgment seeking legal interpretation about the statute that they asserted were improperly applied. We had filed a motion for summary judgment arguing that their claim for damages was untimely. It's not being filed within 180 days of being accrued, and also that it had been waived, and also that there were various other defenses associated with it. The judge heard oral argument on Friday, was very engaged. He had us come back after lunch for an extra hour, so we ended up with almost 2 hours of oral argument. So the judge was very interested in it, and I know this will all surprise you, but the judge found that the horse racing statutes were not crystal clear in all respects. That was part of his difficulty. But in any event, he took the matter under advisement. At one point did indicate that he was leaning toward finding it untimely, but he was certainly not conclusive on that. He was very engaged on all aspects of the case. We don't know when he will rule. You know, Superior Court judges generally have a 60-day limitation, but he could ask for supplemental briefing as he did in the case right before ours. So as it stands, that issue is under advisement. It could get resolved now. It could get resolved by ultimately a trial if he denies the motions for summary judgment, and that's just the current status.
Great, Mr. Irvine. Do we have any questions regarding the matter? Commissioner Padish, yes?
Mr. Irvin, who's your judge?
It is Judge Moskowitz, Frank Moskowitz.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah. And he is very engaged, very conversational. It was as I say, we did over an hour before lunch, and he had to break for an investiture, and we came back at 1:30 and did another hour. So he was very active, very involved, very interested in all aspects of the case.
Any other questions from fellow commissioners? Additional information from staff? Otherwise, we'll drop down.
Thank you.
Mr. Irvine, I really appreciate your appearance and the update, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I was happy to see you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's move down then to item B3, which is consideration of Skyfall 7 LLC. Their application, the notice for hearing was set. We have the racing permit, teletrack permits up for 3 years to conduct racing for years 2026, 27, and 28, assuming the lease extensions and division approval financial base checks in August 2026 and August 2027. The rest of the information, as you can see, is on our agenda. Do we have an update from staff or further information?
Hello, Madam Chair and the rest of the commissioners.
Yes.
Today is the date and time set for the commission's review and consideration of the application submitted by Skyfall 7 LLC with the horse racing permit and teletrack permit. I am Shannon Nelson, the Director of Racing Division for the Arizona Department of Gaming. I'm here to present the division's findings and recommendations concerning the application and to answer questions or respond to comments or direct questions and comments to the division's representatives as appropriate. Skyfall requests a horse racing permit and teletrack permit to conduct live and teletrack horse racing and related wagering at the Turf Paradise Racetrack located at 1501 West Bell Road in Phoenix, Arizona, under a lease, and to conduct wagering on televised horse racing at additional wagering facilities, also known as OTBs. As the commission is aware, the current owner of the racetrack, TP Racing LLP, holds a horse racing permit and teletrack permit at that same location. Skyfall has submitted the paperwork and data that the division deemed administratively complete, and therefore this hearing was timely scheduled in order for the division to report its findings and recommendation concerning the division's substantive review for the application. The division's auditor and investigator, Carrie Alvarado, conducted a financial audit and an investigation of Skyfall and its principal, Mr. Gary Hartunian. The division also conducted a review of the lease and related assets purchase and sale agreement to confirm that the lease terms are consistent with the matters set forth in the application, such as the location of the racetrack, and that the racetrack is leased to Skyfall, and that the term of the lease coincides with the requested permit term. Skyfall's application indicates that the initial term of this lease is from permit issuance, assuming this commission issues the permit through May 31 of 2027, which is the proposed permit term of the live racing meet permit and teletrack permit. The application also indicates that after the initial term, Skyfall has 3 one-year successive options to extend the lease. TP Racing LLLP has indicated publicly and in the asset purchase agreement that it will surrender its permits at such time as Skyfall obtains its permits, again, assuming this commission issues the requested permits. The auditor and investigator prepared a report of the financial audit, which has been supplied to the commission with a copy to the applicant. The division also prepared an executive summary and full memorandum report regarding the lease and asset purchase agreement that has also been submitted to the commission with a copy to the applicant. Regarding the financial audit, the auditor and investigator did not identify any information within the applications or supportive documents that would raise concerns to preclude Skyfall from being found suitable for racing and teletrack permits. Regarding the review of the lease and asset purchase agreement, the division confirmed that the lease term is consistent with the requested permit term and expiration date, not to exceed 3 years as required under ARS Section 5108C. Skyfall has indicated that its lease will be uninterrupted through May 31 of 2026, and that it will give the division written notice in August of 2026 that it still has an effective lease that will be uninterrupted through May 31st of 2027. Skyfall will also provide a similar written notice in August of 2027 that it still has an effective lease that will be uninterrupted through May 31 of 2028, and that the permits will expire in June 30th of 2028. Based on its review of the lease and asset purchase agreement, the division confirmed that the lease is indeed for the Turf Paradise Racetrack, and with the surrender of the permits held by TP Racing, Skyfall will have a leasehold of the racing plant located at 1501 West Bell Road as required by ARS Section 5107. With those findings mentioned above, the division recommends the following to the commission: that the racing permit and teletrack permit be issued to Skyfall conditioned upon, number 1, that Skyfall gives notice to the division that the lease has commenced on or before December 18th, 2025, which the division has labeled commencement notice. Number 2, that TP Racing voluntarily relinquishes its commercial live racing permit and its teletrack permit to the division by written notice concurrently with the commencement notice. And 3, absent satisfaction of both of these above discussed conditions, the division recommends denial of the racing permit and teletrack permit. Regarding the notice that the lease continues after May 31st, 2026, the division recommends that the commission also condition the issuance of the permits based upon the following: A, that on or before August 31st, 2026, Skyfall provides written notice to the division that Skyfall has a valid and enforceable lease through May 31 of 2027 without interruption, and submits a financial base check for Skyfall and its principal, absent which the permit would expire on August 31 of 2026. On or before August 31st of 2027, Skyfall will provide a written notice to the division that Skyfall has a valid and enforceable lease through May 31st of 2028 without interruption, and it submits a final base check for Skyfall and its principal, absent with the permits would expire on August 31 of 2027. And finally, with the permits continuation due to Skyfall providing the notices and final financial base checks, Skyfall's 3 fiscal year permits would expire on June 30th of 2028. Skyfall has agreed to all of these conditions. Now, moving forward, I would like to just also talk about the OTBs before you make any discussions about the permit itself. So again, before you make these decisions regarding Skyfall 7's application for racing permit and teletrack permit, Skyfall 7 has requested that the commission address the off-track betting or OTB matters in conjunction with its permit request, noting that the commission's decision on the OTB request could influence Skyfall's broader permit application filing. Skyfall seeks conditional approval to operate OTBs that were previously authorized for the current permittee, TP Racing LLLP, so wagering can continue uninterrupted while Skyfall 7's municipal approval requests remain pending due to notice and scheduling issues. A permittee is required to hold both a valid horse racing meet permit and a valid teletrack wagering permit concurrently in order to conduct OTB operations. City approvals are required, but each city may have different rules and procedures regarding its approval of OTB operations. For instance, in previous correspondence to the division, the City of Phoenix stated that its previous OTB approvals cannot be transferred to a new permittee without a new city approval of the new permittee. So the department is presenting the matter to the commission for consideration and decision. And so, like I said, I know I gave you all a lot of information, but we just wanted to make sure that you understood exactly both areas that we were talking about and that you understood how they affect each other. So at that point, the division's representatives, all of us are here to answer any questions that you might have or comments, and can be available to help you, as well as Skyfall or any representatives from TP Racing.
Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. That is a lot of information. I understand that we're looking at the OTBs, correct, in item B4. One thing I was curious about, and I know that Skyfall has basically been running the track under a lease right now, is I didn't see anything in there about insurance. And is that looked at just to with the changes in the permit to make sure that the division and gaming is all protected as far as insurance coverage to TP Racing and or Skyfall?
Chair Contreras, this is Juan Estrada. Yes, all that's going to be looked at before the commencement of the first race date that they operate under Skyfall 7. I believe they have everything in order. It's just a matter of calling the broker and triggering that option.
Great. I appreciate that, Mr. Estrada. Any questions from my fellow commissioners? All right. Any additional information or discussion before we look at a motion? I'd entertain a motion. Yes, Commissioner Zucker.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we conditionally approve this permit as previously stated by the department.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Anna?
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Zucker and a second by
Chair,
Commissioner Parrish.
Chair,
I will call it.
can you please hold? I do have one more thing just to make clear. This includes the OTB verbiage as well, correct?
Yeah.
Can we please clarify exactly what the motion? I know that we just went through it via that whole bit, but it'd be nice to just have it synopsized on the motion.
I believe that Commissioner Zucker has made a motion for the approval of,
Conditional approval.
I'm sorry,
Conditional approval, yes.
conditional approval based on the recommendation from Director Johnson regarding the conditions that were set forth in her recommendation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Coolidge, is that satisfy, or would you like staff to delineate again the conditions, just to make sure?
That's good here. Just wanted to make sure we were clear.
All right. Before we finish that motion, I have some, Tom, you raised your hand. Do you need to speak now? Your mic is on, or is off.
Yeah, I just want a quick clarification. It seemed like the conditions that Mr. Zucker is referencing are the two conditions that the director stipulated, but not, it sounds like you're starting to approve all the OTBs, conditional upon municipalities approving those. I think it's a slippery slope because the law says those municipalities have to approve the permittee, and it cannot be assigned. So probably no problem with conditionally approving the permit, but the OTB issue is a different issue. As a permittee, they need to have all those municipalities approve them, and I don't know that it makes. Again, it's a slippery slope if the commission decides, well, we're just going to go ahead and approve it conditionally, those OTBs, without those permits being approved by the municipalities. So
Yes.
that's the clarification I wanted, and I don't mean to put words in Mr. Zucker's
No,
mouth. I think his conditional vote was based upon the two issues put forth by the director.
I believe the staff can address that issue as far as the municipalities approving the OTBs. Yes, go ahead, Dina.
This is Deanie Ray. I'm your independent advisor on this matter.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
would suggest that you handle each item on the agenda separately.
Yes,
So-
ma'am.
Okay.
And I believe we're at this point looking at the consideration of Skyfall LLC's application as it's set forth in item A3, correct? And not the OTBs. The OTBs were part of the discussion, but those would be addressed in item 4. So right now, it's my understanding that Commissioner Zucker has made a motion for the conditional approval of the application by Skyfall, and we've got a second by Commissioner Padish. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does that satisfy our steps there, Deanie?
Yes, it does.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So I've got a motion and a second. Anna, do you want to move forward?
Yes, I will call the roll.
Thank you.
Madam Chair French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish,
Yes.
with a total of 4 yeses. Thank you. That motion passes with conditional approval.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's move down to B4, which, as it's stated, should our commission grant Skyfall LLC's commercial horse racing permit, which has happened, the commission may consider simulcast.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am, or yes, sir.
Brian Duncan, from the Department of Racing.
Yes, sir.
I believe we should take a look at item B3A as well. The request from Skyfall for their live race dates and dark day simulcast.
Thank you for pointing that out, Brian. I really do appreciate you keeping me in line. Yes, let's move back up to 3A, as stated by Mr. Duncan, to the request for Skyfall 7 LLC's live race dates and dark day simulcast for 26 and 27. Mr. Duncan, is there an update?
Yes, Madam Chair. Once again, Brian Duncan, the Racing Enforcement Manager for the department. With the approval of the conditional approval of Skyfall 7 LLC's permit, They are respectfully requesting the approval of the live race day and dark day simulcast for 2026 and 2027 as submitted in their permit. And that was submitted also in your packet as well, instead of going through all the dates.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Padish, you have a question?
Yes, Brian, this is Jim Paddish. I didn't pay attention to the particular dates. I know we had a series of rainouts a few weeks ago. The dates that were submitted by Skyfall, did those make up for those rainout dates?
Commissioner, they did not submit anything for the makeup dates. That will have to be on a different agenda. It was the original dates that were submitted with the permit.
That's what I thought, Brian, but I might have missed it. Thanks for the clarification.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from fellow commissioners? Or additional information from staff? All right, do we want to move forward then with 3A, motion on the request from Skyfall 7 for live race dates and dark day simulcast for 26 and 27?
This is Jim Paddish. I move we approve the race dates and dark day simulcast dates submitted by Skyfall 7 LLC for 26 and 27.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank
Anna.
you. Sorry, thank you. I will call the roll. Madam Chair French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
Thank you. With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you. And Brian, again, thanks for keeping me on track here. Let's move down then to B4. That would be, as previously mentioned, the commission granted the Skyfall 7 LLC's permit and teletrack permit. The commission now may consider the simulcast agreements between Skyfall 7 and the host tracks that are submitted prior to the hearing as set forth above. Do we have, this is in regards to A, correct, Mr. Duncan, simulcast agreements pursuant to ARS 5-112U. And as the agenda set forth, I'm not going to go through the whole chart there. You can see it. It's also online. Without going into a lot of detail regarding the current agreements. Do we need to break these down, the current agreements and new agreements for Skyfall 7 LLC only, or can we take all of A in one motion?
Madam Chair, I think it would be easiest if we take the agenda items in 4A in 2 parts.
Okay.
And I'll give you a quick, those that have been previously approved by the commission and already have agreements, those are the items 1 through 14 listed on the agenda. I did supply additional addendums to those for Skyfall 7.
Right.
So we can do the second part, the new ones separately if you want to do it that way. I think that'd be the easiest way.
Great. Yeah, just a matter of keeping it clean. So do I have any further discussion on 1 through 7 on the OTB network?
I think that would be 1 through 14.
1 through 14, my apologies. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to hear from Skyfall or
Sure.
anybody else that's involved in this, if they have anything to supply to this discussion.
This is Tom Lute. The only thing I would tell you is this is the process by Arizona to go through these things per meet. And in this case, since we're the new permittee, these meets go through 12/31. As you'll notice, some of them go a little bit longer. So it's just a process of approving new meets under the new timeframes. It's somewhat administratively being done. There's no real changes, anything. It's just a new agreement and new race meets that are starting up.
Gotcha. Appreciate that.
Any other questions from my fellow commissioners? All right, do I have a motion? Commissioner Zucker?
Madam Chair, I wish to make a motion to approve
Yes.
items 1 through 14 for the continuation.
That would be the current agreements,
That is correct.
1 through 14. Great. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Zucker and a second by Commissioner Padish. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
Thank you. With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's drop down to the new agreements. Again, that's going to be numbers 1 through 11 as shown on the agenda and the applicable chart. Do I have any updates or additions from commission or from staff?
Yes, Madam Chair. In this next section of the 4A, the items 1 through 11 listed on the agenda are the new 5112U contracts between the host tracks and Skyfall 7. Again, I did supply all the contracts. All is in order, and the department would recommend the 5112U contracts for items 1 through 11 for Skyfall 7 be approved.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from my fellow commissioners?
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I'll move that we approve items 1 through 11 as directed. Or as recommended, excuse me.
Thank you. Second, do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Coolidge and a second by Commissioner Padish. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
Thank you. With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you, Anna. All right, let's drop down to B, and we're going to do this in the same format that we just did on A above. Let's take this current simulcast horse racing import signals pursuant to IHA section 3004A3. That'll be numbers 1 through 14 as shown on the agenda and in the chart. Do I have any updates from staff?
Yes, Madam Chair. Again, I think this might be easiest if we take the agenda items here and put it into 3 parts on this one.
Okay.
In this first section, items 1 through 14, again, were previously approved. Items 1 through 3 in the next section, those are and then 4 through 11 are missing documents. So I think it's going to be easier if I just take items 1 through 14 that have been previously approved. Again, all the documents were supplied, all the addendums that were attached, all is in order. The department would recommend that items 4B, items 1 through 14 for Skyfall be approved.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from my fellow commissioners? Otherwise, I'll look for a motion. Commissioner Zucker?
Madam Chair, I wish to make a motion for items of B 1 through 14 to be approved.
Thank you. Second? Thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Zucker and a second by Commissioner Coolidge. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
With a total of 4 yeses, thank you. That motion passes.
Thank you. And now let's drop down to the new agreements for Skyfall. As mentioned by Mr. Duncan, we have all the documents through 1, 2, and 3. If I don't have any questions from my fellow commissioners, I'd ask for a motion on those items. Yes, Commissioner Paddock?
I would move that we approve the new agreements with Skyfall as more fully set forth in items 1 through 3 on the agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I wish to second that.
Thank you. Anna?
Thank you. With the motion by Commissioner Paddish and a second by Commissioner Zucker, I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Paddish.
Yes.
With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you very much. All right, and then we're looking at for a conditional approval for items 4 through 11, pending additional documentation submitted to staff, correct, Mr. Duncan?
Yes, Madam Chair. Items 4 through 7 for Skyfall. The department would recommend conditionally approving them pending the rest of the documents being received from the permittee.
And that's actually 4 through 11, correct?
Yes, ma'am. 4
Okay.
through 11.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I'll move to conditionally approve items 4 through 11, so that the permittee can get the prerequisite documents to the department and leave it to the department once those documents are filed to continue, so the permittee doesn't see delay.
Second.
Thank you. With the motion by Commissioner Coolidge and a second by Commissioner Paddish, I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Paddish.
Yes.
With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you. All right, let's drop down then to agenda item B5, which we have granted Skyfall 7 LLC's commercial horse racing permit and teletrack permit. So now the commission may consider the approval of the NYRA Bets as the new advanced deposit wagering provider. Is there any questions, updates from staff regarding this agenda item?
Yes, Madam Chair, Brian Duncan again. Again, with the granting of the conditional permit to Skyfall 7, the Division of Racing submits to the commission the new application of NYRA Bets and the previously approved ADWs of TVG, Churchill, or Twin Spires, and Express Bet for advanced deposit wagering provider licenses. The applicants all have contracts with Skyfall 7 to perform ADW wagering operations in the state of Arizona as required under AACR 19-2-409A. The Division of Racing has reviewed the application and NYRA Bet's respective proposed plan of operation. The division has found them complete and substantially sufficient for purposes of continued operation for their respective ADW operations in the state of Arizona for a period of 3 years. And for avoidance of doubt, that would be 2025, 26, and 27, unless earlier terminated for cause or the termination of Skyfall's live racing permit for any reason. The division recommends the approval of the new application for NYRA Bets and the previously approved ADW licenses of TVG, Churchill / Twin Spires, and Express Bet. And again, I am happy to answer any questions. We also have the department's investigator, Carrie Alvarado, on the call for questions as well.
All right, that's pretty, I think it covers it. Do I have any questions from my fellow commissioners? Or a motion? Yes, Commissioner Paddish?
I move we grant Skyfall 7 LLC approval to enter into agreements / licenses / permits with Naira Bets, Twin Spires, which is Churchill, TVG Network, and Express Bet.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Parrish and a second by Commissioner Coolidge. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Parrish.
Yes.
With a total of 4 yeses, thank you. That motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Dropping down to B6, we have the commercial horse racing permit and teletrack permit from Skyfall. So there is a request to operate OTBs pending city approval. Then Skyfall requests the commission approve the following additional wagering facilities commonly known as off-track betting sites. And those have been listed as numbers 1 through 36, as shown on the agenda. Can I get an update from staff? Specifically, there was a question about the municipality's approval of the OTBs. Mr. Duncan?
Yes, Madam Chair. So earlier, the question again was about the request for conditional approval that we had made. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so as of now, the department has not received the final information from the municipalities. However, you know, Skyfall may want to speak more towards that in regarding their efforts.
Thank you. Mr. Lute, do you have any updates?
Yeah, I'll speak for a minute and Dave Johnson may speak up also. Obviously, this is a complex situation in the way the state does this. We have aggressively begun the process of getting all these approvals. It was contingent upon us getting a certificate / letter from the ADG indicating we had a complete application in front of them, which we got that receipt from them late November. We immediately began the pursuit with all the different locations. We have written and verbal commitments, I think, from almost everybody. But due to the fact that we got into December, you don't have councils having December meetings where we weren't on their agenda, i.e. to pick on City of Phoenix. We've gotten a letter from them that they understand and they do not intend to have us not continue to operate. We're on their city council meeting, I believe it's January 7th, just like all the other cities. Obviously, it would be a huge detriment to horse racing in Arizona and to the OTB operators at these sports bars if this were to not happen. It's the revenue source. It's what drives the purses. It's what drives the business. And so we've spent an enormous amount of time with the Department of Gaming, the Commission, the cities, and we're aggressively working on getting all these things done. Our request is very similar to things that happened during COVID. Exceptions were made, I believe, for Arizona Downs and Turf Paradise. Same time it happens just like you did for the simulcast agreements. It's as a procedural thing. Every one of these OTBs was granted a permit for the race meet. This is a change in ownership, so it requires some legal steps, and we're pursuing that. But our permit, as was indicated to the Department of Gaming and the Commission, is, was contingent that we have the opportunity, because it's in our acquisition costs of to operate and run these OTBs without interruption. So we're asking for your conditional agreement so that we can finalize the details that are needed for completeness.
Mr. Johnson, do you have anything to add to that?
Madam Commissioner, members of the commission, just hoping that everybody understands the importance of the off-track betting network. Currently, it's 78% of our in-state business. It employs nearly 100 employees of ours. It's a vital part of these OTB locations' business on their day-to-day businesses. If they were to lose off-track betting, it would be very detrimental to them and their employees and their staff. I would also point out that the OTB network generated over $300,000 to the state through the RWA and the ADOR tax is what we used to call it. And it also generates close to 3.7 million in purse money. So without this, I don't know how the industry could survive. We did reach out to the municipalities that we applied for. We talked to them all. Every single municipality did not object to us continue operation. Some of them even said that because it's the business name is still Turf Paradise, that they're not even going to make any changes. It's Turf Paradise is Turf Paradise. They don't see it as a different entity. It doesn't come up on their radar as something that they need to change. So some of those municipalities will end up keeping it the same. So I would just echo the sentiment that we would ask that you would approve them all, and as we go forward, and that way there would be no disruption in the industry and to these sports bars businesses. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any additional information required by staff in regards to this item? Yes, Tom, you raised your hand. Go ahead. I think you have your mic off. If you want to make a quick statement.
Yeah, I think what everybody said is fine, but there's a requirement that all these municipalities need to approve the new permittee. I'm also speculating a little bit here, but this is a landlord-tenant situation. Is the tenant, have they gone and gotten all of those leases assigned to the new tenant? Yeah, I mean, you can say, we're going to do this conditionally. That's okay. We'll just do it. But, again, it's a slippery slope when you start to compromise and not follow the regulations, because that's going to come back when somebody else opens a track and says, well, you did it for them. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe they got to shut down for a day or two. It should have been done prior to this. They might have started running toward it. But that's my point is, you're compromising on what, and when we ran our track, oh man, we had to dot all our I's and cross all our T's, and we didn't have all the approvals and we weren't allowed to open. So in this case, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care. I'm just warning you that I think following the law is probably the best thing. So again, thank you. That's all I have to say. And I'm done talking.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments, sir. Commissioner Padish, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Tom. Tom, what's your last name?
Author.
And forgive me for my unfamiliarity, but you talked about some prior experience. Would you explain that a little bit?
We own Arizona Downs.
Okay. Well, thank you for your comments. I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I move that we conditionally grant Skyfall 7 LLC permission to operate the OTBs described in the agenda items 1 through 36, subject to any municipalities requirements, if any.
Thank you. Commissioner Zucker?
I second that motion.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Padish and a second by Commissioner Zucker. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish,
Yes.
with a total of 4 yeses. Thank you. That motion passes.
Thank you. Dropping down then to B7, the request for the NYRA 3-year license for calendar years 25, 26, and 27 relative to the TP Racing LLP permit should Skyfall 7 permits not be approved. So do we simply not address this agenda item, or?
Madam Chair, you can just table that item since it was previously
Table.
approved.
Thank you. All right, so we'll table item number 7. and drop down to number 8, request Arizona Racing Commission steward approval pursuant to ARS 5-106U. Do I have an update from staff?
There we go. Yes, Madam Chair. You received in your packet all the steward certifications to perform all their duties as a flat racing steward at all permitted Arizona racetracks on behalf of the Arizona Department of Gaming as a steward. The ones you received were Jason Hart, Claudia Alvarez, myself, Brian Duncan, Juan Carlos Estrada, and on behalf of the permittee for Skyfall, John Adams as the associate steward. And the department would recommend approval of all the stewards.
Thank you. Do I have a motion or questions from my fellow commissioners? Commissioner Zucker?
Yes, ma'am. I wish to make a motion to approve the steward approval
As set forth in the packet.
as set forth. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Zucker and a second by Commissioner Padish. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
Thank you. With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you, Anna. All right, let's drop down to item number B9, which I brought up last month regarding temporarily adjusting the commission's regular monthly meeting to the second Friday of each month during the racing season to better allow for the attendance by everybody involved in racing. There is no racing currently being run on Fridays, so we were looking at making a change to our commission meetings and then revert those back to the standard meeting schedule on Thursdays once racing has ended. Is there any additional discussion required on this, or can I get a motion? Commissioner Zucker?
Yes, ma'am. I wish to make a motion to approve this request of temporarily moving our meetings to Fridays during the live racing meets.
I'll second that.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Zucker and a second by Commissioner Coolidge. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish.
Yes.
Thank you. With a total of 4 yeses, that motion passes.
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Padish, you had a question?
Well, it's a goodbye, actually. I've got a 2:00 virtual
Yes.
hearing. I got to get my ducks lined up. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody, and see you next year.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all your time today. Anna, will you please confirm that we still have a quorum before I move forward?
Yes, we have you, Commissioner Zucker, and Commissioner Coolidge.
Thank you very much. All right, let's drop down then to item B10, which is the simulcast agreements pursuant to ARS 5-112U. These are, let's see, for the
Madam
purpose.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
Brian Duncan again. Items B10 and B11 can now be,
Tabled?
they can just be removed.
Okay, all right, so we will remove items 10, B10, and B11 based on staff discussion or recommendation, and we can move down then to item C, correct, Mr. Duncan? We're done otherwise?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
All right, good deal. All right, let's move down to the information reports and start with number 1, the status update of the various permit applications.
At this at this time, I just want to take the time really quick to thank everyone who was part of compiling all the paperwork, from legal to all the staff, our financial investigator. They did an amazing job making sure that all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted. We're happy with the team. With that said, there is no current status. I do foresee some coming up, but at this point, we don't have nothing to discuss.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and I concur with that. I sincerely appreciate the diligence and the hard work of all the division staff in regard to all the application permit work that was necessary. Do I have any other comments or questions regarding C1? Otherwise, I'll drop down to C2. Track safety report and update of the racing officials. Anything?
Madam Chair, this is Brian. I can give a quick update on the racing officials. We just basically wanted to give a quick update on the officials that were submitted for Skyfall 7. All officials turned in by the permittee have been approved previously by the commission, and they are all licensed by the department as well.
Great. And my understanding is there was recently a safety meeting. Is there anything to report on track safety?
Jerry, yes, we have been meeting. This is Juan Estrada with the commission, with the department. Yes, we've been having pretty good productive meetings where we meeting as a whole group, coming up with good ideas and things to look forward to. Now with the new permit issue to a new owner, we kind of hope and forecast that there's going to be great changes for the good. And I think the licenses are going to be happy with what's coming moving forward. They've been maintaining everything that we've asked them to do. So therefore, there's nothing further to report on my end, other than just happy with the progress that they're making.
Great. Can I ask specifically on this agenda item how our tracks themselves are looking, especially with all this rain?
The tracks, there hasn't been any complaints, unless there's somebody on the call here or the trackman that may be able to respond. I don't want to talk on his behalf, but from our observations, the tracks have been holding up really well. The trackman has been doing a really, really good job. I believe I don't want to jinx it, but I believe he found the antidote to ensure the safety of the horses out there at the track.
Excellent. Do I have any other questions from fellow commissioners? All right, we'll move down to C3, which is our budget report.
Good afternoon. This is Andrew Hawks with the Department of Gaming. I'll be giving the budget report.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Through the end of November 2025, the Racing Fund's cash balance was just under $2 million. Our total revenues for the year are $394,000. And then as I've mentioned previously, there's different appropriations that we spend the Racing Fund out of. The first one is our main appropriation for our operations, out of which we've spent $503,000 this year. We've also spent $533,000 in our first installment of payment towards the HISA appropriation, the HISA annual assessment. And we've also spent $125,000 for Breeders' Awards, which is half of the annual $250,000. Next slide. The black columns represent how much we spent year to date. You'll notice that it didn't actually go up in November, and the reason for that, though we did have expenditures, we also had a reclassification of all of the salary costs of the racing staff who during the off season worked for different divisions in the agency. So there was a reimbursement of spend and cash to the Racing Fund for the work they spent doing in other divisions. And that's just one of our ways to save the Racing Fund cash throughout the year. Next slide. And this chart represents our cash balance through the end of November. It's just about right where we thought it would be when we ran projections. And then in January, you'll see that the projections go up again because that's when we'll get the third quarter's deposit from the general fund from the subsidies this year of $1.9 million. And that concludes the presentation. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you, Mr. Hawes. Very, very well done. I appreciate it very much. Do I have any questions from my fellow commissioners? All right, we'll drop down then to C4, which is a legislative update. There's no updates, correct? Nothing's changed since the agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll move down to C5, report on the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act. Mr. Guessman, are you available?
Yes, Chairwoman, Commissioners, there has been no movement from the courts, so there is nothing further to report.
Thank you, sir. Number C6, permittee report. Do we have anything from American Greyhound Racing?
Madam Chairperson, John Manning with American Greyhound Racing. I do have one item to update you on due to the closure of a longtime OTB licensee, Padre Murphy's. We will be seeking a new, at least one new OTB location in the near future. I will be submitting approval for the City of Phoenix to approve probably tomorrow. I understand it will take about 60 days to get the approval on that. And when that does occur, I will be submitting the name of that property to you for approval. But that's all we have at the time.
Thank you, Mr. Manning. How about B, County Fairs? Do we have any updates?
Chairwoman Contreras, this is Dr. DeFilippo.
Yep.
And I'll address on there for Chairwoman Contreras and the commissioners. And I'm speaking on behalf of the Pima County Fair Horse Race Commission nonprofit. We on December the 6th, we held a private event at the site of the new location, the Marana Pumpkin Patch, where we're the proposed new site for the new Rillito Downs and Entertainment Center. And it was attended by over 120 licensed owners, trainers, and some grooms. And at that meeting, we introduced the licensees to the potential new site so they could see already the infrastructure there of the restaurants, the bakeries, the country store, the youth facilities, the train, etc., as well as the 400 acres that are under development. And at that meeting, we did receive 100 support from all 120 licensees to continue with the newly proposed project for the new Rillito Downs and Entertainment Center.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions from my fellow commissioners? All right, let's drop down then to Turk Paradise. Mr. Luke?
Yes, this is Jerry Sims, if I may say something first.
Absolutely, sir.
I just want to thank everybody. This was a great, over 25 years, a great experience for me. I want to thank Director Johnson and Director Nelson for always being available. And I want to tell you, this is a very, very fast approval. This was done. Looking back through the years, how long it takes. This was done in very rapid speed. So I'm very thankful for them. Getting this done so fast, it probably helped that you had a great new owner who's so qualified, overqualified, and a new general manager that's so well qualified. That probably helped a little bit. And I know that Gary wants to do a lot of good things for racing in Arizona. I think it's only going to be much better. He's already can't wait to get started things even before today. I want to thank the staff at the department, and the Racing Commission has been great. I want to give thanks to them. The HBPA board, Lloyd, Yother, Kevin Eichelberry. I've been the first time I first got behind the desk, they were the head of the HBPA. And so I'm very grateful for all their work through the years. And Bob Budoff is a great benefit to their board because of his being a 20-year Superior Court judge, retired. And I want to thank my staff, in particular, so many of them, Mr. Mayor, Patty, Jesse, Dave, Donna, Frank, just so many of them, Sal. But thank you to everybody, and this will allow me to spend more time with my family, and I wish you all the best going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sims, and we also thank you and your staff and all your work in keeping Arizona racing for so many years. I hope you don't become a stranger and that we still hear from you and get updates. Do I have any additional comments from my fellow commissioners? All right. Let's drop down then to item B7, which is the optional industry stakeholder association updates. We'll start with A, which is Arizona County Racing Association.
Commissioner Contreras and commissioners, this is Dr. DeFilippo speaking. I finally was able to get, I think, the information that you need on this. I don't know how many people are familiar, but in 1983, the Arizona Counties Racing Association, which was at the time a federal and a state nonprofit, it was formed, and its purpose, it was like the umbrella organization for all 11 Arizona county racetracks. The county racetrack, whether it's a nonprofit or a county, they all operate on their own and they all have their own legal identification. But the Arizona Counties Racing Association was created almost like an umbrella organization where they coordinated all of the races that went probably for about 8 months throughout the year. What happened, though, I can see is that in 2017, the president, Sharon Denham, resigned. And what I find on the Arizona Corporation Commission website is that there was an administrative dissolution annual report not filed on this nonprofit for the years 2018 through 2025. Therefore, I do not believe that this nonprofit exists any longer. You may want to check it out, but that information is available on the Arizona Corporation when you do a search, and you can pull all this up. It was an administrative dissolution. Which
Dr. DeFilippo, maybe you can get some information directly to staff regarding that matter.
I will forward them the links to the state website.
Great.
Okay.
Great. I appreciate that. Any other updates on Arizona County Racing Association? All right, we'll drop down to Arizona Quarter Horse Racing Association.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lloyd Yother. I will cover item 7B and D if it's permissible.
Yes, sir.
We have nothing to report at this point in time. I'm the president of the HBPA and the Quarter Racing Association for Arizona, and I just want to make a brief statement, if I may, with the of guards in the racing industry, and of which seems to be everyone. Their due diligence, their dedication, and their sincere efforts to make this thing happen. I just want to thank you again, and that it was no detriment, which it very well could have been, to horse racing and to the horsemen of this state. And we all horsemen would like to thank you guys for all you do and all you have done. And we look forward moving forward. And we'd also like to welcome Mr. Lute and Mr. Hartunian, and also give our goodbyes to Mr. Sims. We've struggled through the years, but we've all seemed to come out on the other side. So it's been a great adventure. I look forward to moving forward, and I want to thank everyone again for your time and efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Yoder. Any other comments regarding items B or D? We'll move to item 7C, Arizona Thoroughbred Breeders Association. Daryl, I think if you're speaking, I think we're cutting out. I'm not hearing you very well.
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
There we go.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Darrell here, Western Regional Manager for Jockeys Guild. I have really nothing to report at this time. We're just, the jockeys will work with the new management to looking forward to Arizona becoming a huge success in the future with new management. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hare. Let's drop down to 7E, Jockeys Guild. Again, that was Daryl.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yep, we're just looking forward. Daryl here, Western Regional Manager for the Jockeys Guild. Just looking forward to working with the new management to make Arizona racing a success moving forward. It's exciting. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. All right, let's drop down to D, summary of current events affecting Arizona Racing Commission. This is for our commission members. Any updates or reports from my fellow commissioners? Otherwise, do I have somebody speaking? No? Okay, it sounds like no. Item D2, identification of matters be placed on future agendas. Do I have anything from my commissioners or staff regarding items that need to go onto the January agenda? Otherwise, we'll drop down to E, which is our call to the public. Mr. Sims, are you still available? Do you have additional comments? Yes, Tom, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman Francis. No, I just want to clarify. I believe Commissioner Paddish motion was to approve the OTB situation subject to the requirements of municipalities. So one of those is approval of the permittee. Another one is having the right tenant. So I don't, and I don't really care, but if, it's has to be done right, because if you think people like horse racing wrongs aren't watching these things and looking for little loopholes, you're naive. So it needs to be done right. And I just would like some clarification on exactly what was passed.
I'll let you contact staff directly. I know that Assistant Director Shannon can answer those questions for you, as well as Shannon Nelson, as well as the staff. So I'm going to let you just take that offline, and you can speak with the staff directly about that. How's that?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sims doesn't seem to be available. Is Steve Nolan available? He had requested to speak as well.
Yes, I'm here.
There you are.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, Mr. Sims. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, I have nothing to say. You wanted to know if I was available, and I am.
Oh, no, I had you on the call to the public, sir. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I have nothing.
That's all right. That's all right. Mr. Nolan, you look
yes.
like you're ready to play Santa.
I'm a Santa's helper for a couple more days. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Chair and staff. Just wanted to thank you for item B9, that you're able to at least move these meetings. We've seen a lot of awareness, some acknowledgement of some of the problems, and some accountability, but I urge that everybody in the audience to participate in these meetings these Fridays. There's a lot of moving parts still moving out here, and I was concerned, I'm not understanding why when you had item B1, an update for an item, and you go in executive session, and then we get no response out of executive session. It doesn't have to be legal. It can just be the update on what the status is of these litigations, but to have it as an item, and we're looking forward to hearing about it, you go in and discuss it and then blow right by it. But I do wish more transparency in those matters. I think I want to thank the new people, because in the short period of time, we actually get to watch racing in it through some glass that isn't blurry, and through they've just done a lot of work in a very short period of time, and it's thankful. I've been here 40 years in this community, this neighborhood, this industry. So as they move forward, I appreciate what they've done and hope that everything goes well in the future. And that's it. I don't want to take up any more time. This is long enough. So thank you, everybody. Have a happy holiday and good racing.
Thank you, Mr. Nolan. To that, I will just very carefully say my apologies. I will make a better effort of providing updates or information on all the agenda items as much as we can. We do have to be careful when it's legal advice from our counsel, but if that's the case, I'll try and at least address that and let you know that that's what we were discussing. So thanks for bringing that to our attention. Any other comments from my fellow commissioners? Otherwise, we'll drop down to our announcements, which is, this is the last meeting of the year. So our next meeting is scheduled now, since we were approved for Fridays, for 10 a.m. on Friday, January 9th. And Anna, that one's in person, correct?
Correct.
All right, so that will be at 100 North 15th Avenue in Suite 202 for all those that can appear in person. Otherwise, there will be a link for you to appear telephonically. With that, I'll take.
Madam Chair.
Yes, yes.
Chair,
MS.
can you just confirm the date on that? I think we erroneously added 2025. If you could just confirm that that is 2026 for the public.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, ma'am. So that is our first meeting of the new year, 2026. It will be January 9th, 2026, in person at 100 North 15th Avenue at 10 a.m. And there will be a link available for those that need to appear telephonically. With that, I'll ask for an motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Zucker. Anna?
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Coolidge and a second by Commissioner Zucker. I will call the roll. Madam French Contreras,
Yes.
Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Zucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Padish is,
He's already.
sorry,
That's
with
it.
the total of 3. Thank you. It is now 2:14 p.m. and the meeting has adjourned. If everyone could please exit the meeting.
Thank you. Have a good holiday, everyone, and a happy new year. Thank you very much.